to this week's Lead with Purpose Friday Digest. I just finished reading a book called Halftime by Bob Buford. It was given to me by a friend and colleague, Brian White, which I really appreciate. It jumped out at me a lot when I started to read it because Bob Buford grew up in Texas. His mom was a single mom and raised her family independently. She owned a radio station in Tyler, Texas, which stood out to me, and then eventually bought a TV station in Tyler, Texas. And Bob grew up, rather than with all the kid stuff, he grew up with balance sheets and learning about business instead of doing kid stuff. He went on to run one of the largest cable networks in the world, but he came to a point in his life where he said, I've reached a point where I want to have more meaning in my life. I've reached a point where I want to make a bigger difference. Bob was a Christian man. He died in 2018. But he began to look at the first half of his life and see how he could utilize those things that were important to him to make a different second half of his life. And that's why this book is called Halftime. What we do with individuals is exactly what Bob is talking about. Many of the CEOs that we deal with reach a point, whether they're young or old, doesn't matter the age, where they feel like they want to have a life of more meaning, they want to make a difference, they want to have something different in their lives. And so this is a book which I would suggest you read whether you're 35 or 75, and look at what that second half of your life could be, whether it's given back to society, whether it's being more dedicated to your family, or all of the above. I think the legacy that you want to leave is very important, and we can help you work on that. So remember, the book is Halftime by Bob Buford. It's great, has a ton of questions that will help you look at what's next. Thanks a lot. I always look for things that'll help you become a more purposeful leader and produce better results for your organization. Thanks.